in the headlines again. Well, there was the yacht trip, but we won't go there if we don't have to.
No, we didn't travel in the yacht.
Yeah.
We had our own ways of
Yeah,
traveling.
you
And
went.
the less said about that, the better.
Exactly.
Yes.
But there's also been talk which has emerged. Now, I know this is sensitive because it deals with two presidents, but former President Mbeki was quoted in newspapers as casting aspersions over former President Zuma and whether he was collaborating with or a spy for the apartheid regime. What do you make of that, if you're able to comment?
It was disheartening. It's also emotional. You've got to be in our space, in the ANC, in its top leadership, National Executive Committee. You've got to be in its government. You've got to be in the struggle, even to the death. MK and prison and other places. To understand how this, what you're referring to, hit at us. For me, and I'm sure other comrades have got their own views, but I'm going to give you mine. I know both men.
Absolutely. Yeah. Well,
I love both men. I can't erase that. I lived with them in exile, very close. Not just in a very close, small country, Swaziland, Mabani, especially Manzini, worked with them. They recruited me into Mkhonto Wesizwe, these two.
wow. It was those two.
Yeah.
Wow.
I said Mkhonto Wesizwe. When I joined the ANC, it was through Winnie Mandela, because I lived with her in Mandela's house, not far away from the high school where I was a chief prefect as a student. This is where they shot the kids, Orlando West High School. So ANC, I joined it there. No membership card, life, Winnie, who features quite prominently in what I'm writing, because I lived with her.
Wonderful.
This mother. That aside, but these two leaders,
Yeah.
my brothers, these two important people in my life, I worked with them. Also learned how to protect them because I was younger. You know, they were always 10 years ahead, in their 30s at the time. I was in my 20s.
Yeah.
I'm trying to catch up with them.
But they keep going.
The distance remains 10 years, and I admire them for that experience. They worked with one another in exile, Sizwe. We went through the process of Codesa together,
Yeah.
which was the platform for negotiations in South Africa for a new breakthrough. They were together. We saw violence flaring up in the country. They were together. Blah, 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 blah. They were together in the presidency. One being president, one deputy. But they both became presidents eventually, taking over from these men of substance I referred to. Now, when now, I don't know how we got here. Suddenly, another one says, this one has always been an enemy agent. I freeze. You see, because the enemy doesn't keep you on Robben Island for 10 years as an agent. There's some distorted information that the other comrade you should have handled this thing somewhere. There's something wrong. And Zuma on Robben Island never met Nelson Mandela because the section in which he was kept. You know, if he had to be an agent to go and stay with his men, he was never there. He was in another section. Like I said, many people have been on Robben Island. They never met these men. A few of us, Terrell Quad and so on, had the opportunity to do so. Those who said, I will not say this emanates from President Thabo Mbeki, But those who fed him this information have led him down the garden path. It's part of the confusion of what our enemies were doing inside the ANC so that we turn one against the other. I'm going to shock you. In Angola, as I speak, there's more than 300 graves of ANC people.
Wow.
Very well kept. Angolan government has been trying to work with us. I've been involved in that project.
Sure.
They're still lying there. Some of the comrades were shot behind the head. So we had to execute one another. And some comrades in the ANC have been executed and killed because they identified as spies. And later we learned he's not. We've done things against one another. The Truth and Reconciliation Commission South Africa had a chapter that dealt with the ANC, how it treated its own people abroad. We did things and we are sorry.
Wow.
We are sorry about things that we did. The infiltration was so severe, so terrible, that almost everybody is a spy around you. It cannot go this far today. Two people are now in their 80s. This thing is still continuing. It's a race to the bottom. Let me say the following. People have accused wrongly Thabo Mbeki for being a spy. What is it? I worked with Thabo. We should have been killed, which was wrong. People have fingered Paulo Jordan as a spy. We even put him in, isolated him somewhere. These rumors were there about all sorts of people who killed Chris Hani. They are bringing all these things. And you know how bad it can be. Another comrade who's a leader of the ANC. I just want to show you. And so people to be careful about these things. The enemy, the snake of the enemy was let loose. It's in the house. Chris Hani is shot. I live nearby. I'm called by Mondli Kumubele, who's shaking. Chris has been shot. I go there. And the rest is history.
Yeah.
Somebody said, why did Tokyo arrive early there?
Sure.
So if I had not gone, why did Tokyo not go? Because it's 2 streets away. If I go, why did they arrive early? The ANC has got that. There were times when in the ANC there's a battle. Oh, somebody said, you better die in that battle because if you survive, you got to face consequences. My own brother, who survived in Lesotho, he fired his AK until he got finished wearing only an underpant. When more than 30 comrades died there, he survived because he opened fire. There's a chapter in the book, Mantuba opened fire or die, about him. But when he escaped from Lesotho, how did you get out of it? Interrogated. It's it. There's a comrade called Miki Khaya,
Yes.
who became the political advisor to the Premier of Gauteng. We fetched him all the way from Cape Town. Fantastic mind. You know, he survived when others didn't survive. He must be a spy. He was on Robben Island. They called him a spy. Now, I'll leave this thing because I worked with Governor Mbeki Thabo's father on Robben Island to debrief new comrades, especially who came from Condoleezza,
Right.
about information that is not yet lost. You are here, you know, you're arrested, but other comrades are not arrested. Money is kept, some guns. So we debrief and we write a report. My job was to show Governor the report, and then, of course, it's coded because I was trained in the language of cryptography, and then it must go. Lots of things we found in these reports. And how comrades were arrested together. On Robben Island, tensions against one another.
Sure.
There were tensions within the Rivonia leadership. Who caused our arrest? That has not gone away. So I'm saying,
Wow.
in the years, sunset years, as you are sailing, you are now in your 80s. When I saw this, I said, this Mamba is still alive at home. Because how does it happen that, you know, people have made mistakes, very serious ones, on all sides. But this one was, we're racing to the bottom now. I can merely say that whoever, because Thabo Mbeki doesn't go in the streets collecting, it's always be careful of this. Because everybody, if I can say to this one, I'll destroy that one.
What did you think when former President Zuma broke away from the ANC, effectively and formed the Mkhonto weSizwe party, as someone who knew both men so well? And I even think of your history in Polokwane, where you play an important role in, as a candidate stepping away. You've known him for a long time, as you say. How did that, and also to use the name Mkhonto Wesizwe, how did that strike you, and what were your reactions to it?
How did it strike you? You are Sizwe, so how did it strike us? Politics is a journey. It's not a one-way railroad somewhere people part. It's painful. It may be anger, differences in how to manage strategy, personality differences, political differences which are not handled, suspicions. I've never agreed that Malema should leave the ANC. A few of us stood in the ANC leadership and said, don't do it.
Sure.
And we even attended his ANC trial. Your father was his defense.
Yeah.
But in the ANC, the constitution, if you are charged, the Integrity Commission, if you are charged, you don't bring people, witnesses. It must be everybody. The presiding officers, the witnesses, it must be members of the ANC. That's how it is. So those of us who were witnesses, Floyd, Malema, Winnie was there, Mbalula was there, Paul Mashatile, Matthew Posa.
Wow.
And we were saying, let's not go this far, comrade.
Sure.
Let's find a way of dealing with these young people. We're dealing with the president of the ANC Youth League.
Yeah.
But we're not saying the law applies differently. And of course, there was some indiscipline on their part.
Sure.
At the end of the day, justice must prevail, because we are a just organization. Should be finally an expulsion. Let me not get involved with that because, history has got done. The fact of the matter is that eventually, they were expelled.
Yeah.
Look what's happening right now, to them and so on. It's a sad thing. This is our people, our own organization. When Terra Lekota after Polokwane left, the same thing. So it tears us apart. But if you are just, we're just talking, I'm in it for, it's a t-shirt. I'm not in the struggle for the t-shirt. Sizwe, I had to take lives myself. Mine was also going to be taken. You don't live in the death cells and come back. It's not a t-shirt. It's not a membership card. It's not 12 rand. So when things are going wrong and they're breaking apart, one of the things I've adopted from Chris Hani is the fear of fighting internal battles. I have no time or strength to fight at home. But release me like Chris outside. We fight to the finish. The enemy must know. They must smell your armpits. Hey, but at home, man, it's so difficult to fight inside the ANC. It's so difficult.
Yeah.
When the fire is at home, it's so difficult. Now, then, MK is formed, your question. I was just giving the context.
Absolutely.
Yeah, and it's formed. Not happy. You can never take away Terra's history. He was the chairman of the African National Congress. Highest. You cannot erase. It's dangerous. It's not done. What he did, you can't erase. I can't erase the history of Zuma. Malema. It's happening to us all the time. There's an illness. We're sick here. The snake is in. So when MK is formed, I did express myself. I don't agree. But I can't degenerate, go so well. It's a race to the bottom and throw all sorts of insults and now question his history, Zuma. Because not only Zuma, fine. Zuma is not an issue. It's 14% of the people also believed in him. What are you fighting here now? Let's deal with this question. JZ, he likes discussions. Let's talk about this thing. I don't summarize it. Because behind this man, KZN, he took us out of power.
Absolutely.
Nationally, out. We're out.
Yeah.
He's 14% and us were still in. We can pass a budget on our own. We can't today. He took us out of power, and that's not a laughing matter for us.
Sure.
So we take things seriously. In struggle, you can't be personal. If we're personal, we've done so many things. It's always the strategy, the general good And you must understand strategy. What is strategy? As a leader of the country or organization, what is strategy? What is it that at the end of the day, because strategy ends up with existentialism, where you have a red line, do or die. So you can't have red lines everywhere.
Tokyo Sexwale has his say on the rumors and the nasty allegations of Jacob Zuma being an apartheid spy. Sexwale dismisses these allegations as nothing but gossip mongering. And by the way, guys, there's no prize. There's no prize for guessing as to where these allegations or rumors are emanating from. These rumors are emanating, of course, from the man who Jacob Zuma inflicted serious political defeats on. That is Thabo Mbeki. And what I've come to realize is that the man, that is Thabo Mbeki, will never heal from the humiliating defeat that he suffered at the hands of a peasant, at the hands of a man that he, Thabo Mbeki, and those in his faction in the ANC and outside of the ANC regarded as uneducated and uncivilized. So the fact that the man that he regarded as uneducated, uncivilized, was able to conjure up such a victory against him, it is something that still haunts Thabo Mbeki even to this day. Therefore, it is not surprising or shocking that each time Thabo Mbeki is given a public platform, he goes out of his way to attack Jacob Zuma, to distort history, at an attempt of paying revenge against Jacob Zuma. Because Thabo Mbeki, because of his aloofness, his elitism, and those surrounding him, they worship him. They never tell him when he's wrong. That is why it is still so difficult for him to come into terms with the defeat that he suffered in the ANC conference that was held in 2007 in Polokwane. That is why he's making up things such as Jacob Zuma being an apartheid spy. Thank you guys for tuning in. My name is Thabo. The name of the platform is Izwi Labansundu, the voice for Africans. Kamakuma Africa.